A curfew from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. all over the country, really starting this weekend, that will affect at least 20 million people in 8 major cities in France. A curfew that is expected to last at least 6 weeks. Police will be deployed all over the country to make sure people are following these new rules that could become even more strict. According to the French president, is either you follow these rules or even tougher restrictions will be coming into force. €135 fines will be applied to those caught outside past 9 p.m. without a good reason to do so. Emmanuel Macron spoke about the importance of halting the spread of the virus, about slowing down the rate of new infections. He said that currently we have about 20,000 new cases daily. We now need to bring this number down to 3,000 new COVID-19 cases every day so that hospitals all over France can cope. Isabel?
Yeah, hospitals close to getting overwhelmed in some parts of France. Macron also announced some financial support for those hardest hit by this pandemic. What did he have to say there?
Indeed, Emmanuel Macron used the expression, "It's tough to be 20 in 2020. He was referring to the impact these new restrictions will have in the youth, in the young population of France, because basically by restricting movement and activities past 9 p.m., the idea is that people here in France must limit the number of people they come into contact with. And of course, that will have a major impact on social life. The idea for the French president is that the economy carries on, all the while less essential activities are brought to a halt, and that will of course have an impact on the youth. He also said he understands the effort he's asking from young people who right now are faced with major uncertainties. They don't know, for example, if they will get a first job coming out of school. Emmanuel Macron spoke about programs that the government is putting in place to make sure that companies feel as though they can hire new people, especially young workers. And of course, he spoke about continuing support for those affected by this new round of restrictions. He said restaurants, theaters, museums, bars that are going to potentially now be closing earlier or completely shutting their doors will continue to be assisted by programs by the government. A new round of benefits will be in place. Of course, those partial unemployment status that the government has been financing until now will be carried on. Other benefits, such as loans with very low interest rates, will also be put in place. Emmanuel Macron said that the government will continue to assist people through this crisis, but that the most important thing now is to make sure that the economy continues to operate. He spoke repeatedly about avoiding a new total lockdown here in this country, and that, he says, is the alternative that the government has found, at least for now, to try and make sure that they continue operating the other services, that the post services, that the economy carries on. Basically, he says we have not lost control in this pandemic, but we must all take responsibility. We can only win this fight against COVID-19 together.